Yo, what up, everybody? This quick segment, we're going to be having a little bit of the boys pull up. So everybody's having a good one. Oh shit, look who decided to show up. Look who decided to show up. What up, bro?
How you hear me?
I can hear you fine. I can hear you fine.
Oh, because all my stuff was stuck on Miguel's drum.
Stuck on, oh, you had every, well, the way you switched everything up?
Yeah, I had to use Wi-Fi.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
up, man?
What up, bro? What's going on, man? I'll talk to you in about a day or so.
Where's your better half at?
Oh shit, I'm waiting for him to pull up. Better half. Relax, nigga. Raider Nation live in the building, man. What's up? So Gravy in the building. Ready to get it going.
I'm still drained out from the game, man. That son killed me.
Sun killed you, bro. It got me, man. It had me feeling crazy.
Your chubby boys can't hang with that type of weather, bro. We're supposed to be in the tropics, bro.
I don't even know what was going on with that, man. That shit was crazy.
We're supposed to be in the tropics.
Everybody, man? Thank you guys for pulling up. You guys pulling up, man. We're about to get into it, man. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Everybody in the comments. We can get to it real quick. Jump on board. I'm still burnt out, Gravy. Talk about it, man. I'm still sweating.
Worst stadium in ever.
It's like a greenhouse, bro.
It's the worst stadium ever. These schools. It's the worst stadium I've ever been to.
Why? Is it because we lose all the time?
No, it's worse. It's worse than Oakland.
It's worse than Oakland. How is it worse than Oakland? Because it's not Oakland. That's the only reason why it's worse than Oakland, because it's not Oakland.
Well, they should have thought about it. They should have had someone sit there. A couple of people sitting there on that type of day and feel what it's like with 70,000 motherfuckers around you.
What do you mean?
What it feels like. Dude, it was unbearing, dude. That's not humane. What was going on? You know how many? I looked at it, dude. There was like almost 1,000 people. The heat exhaustion over there.
Oh, I agree with you on that, bro. That shit was crazy.
Then I'm over here sitting. I'm over here sitting by you, the human fucking heat lamp over there. Okay.
Bro, it's not my fault that I'm hot, bro. Come on now, man. What can I do about that? There's nothing I can do about that at all. Like on some real shit. Like what am I supposed to do?
It just felt like everything was bad. Gabe almost got bucket naked right there in the stadium.
He would have got the tickets for free, bro. I
would have been out there just bucket naked.
Bro, man, shout out to everybody that we had chill with, bro, and everybody that was out there that stuck through all the craziness, man. That shit was fucking crazy. It was hot as hell. We had a lot of people having a good time.
I know he's gonna get mad at me, but big up
to my boy. Don't do it.
Big up to my boy Arkham for getting that second win and dealing with it, bro. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, that's all I got to say about that too, man. Shout out Arkham, man.
He's a tough dude, man.
Yeah, I'll give him his props, bro, man. We're not gonna I'm not gonna throw my dog under the bus like that, man.
Yeah, but, I just said he got the second win and it didn't stop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was a good man. Man,
I would have been on a gurney. I would have been on a gurney getting fluids, dude, injected in me if I was like that.
Bro, talk about it. Like, I mean, so shout out to everybody in the building, man. Welcome to RaiderNationLive. I'm your host. What up, love? We got Coach Gabe in the building. Raider Gabe should be pulling up, man. Shout out to Gabe, and yeah, knows everybody in that area. There's a big old fire going on in LA. I think the Fresno boys started it, but I'm just talking a little bit of shit. Nah, there's a fire going on in LA, and I know he has some family members that are kind of in the area. So shout out to the people out
Cigar
there,
in the
man. Prayers
grapevine.
out. Yeah, prayers out, man. Go ahead.
I know it's all bad and everything, but to be humorous about it, I flicked a cigar over there in the grapevine.
Because of SoFi, man. Fuck SoFi. Nah, fuck stupid. If we say shit like that, man, they're gonna turn around and say that it's us. Shout out to everybody, man, in the building, man. Thank you guys for pulling up, man. Unfortunately, week 1 has passed, and we came home with a loss. Like, you know what I mean? Went out to SoFi. Wasn't a good showing. Wasn't good. You know, wasn't what we expected at all. At all. What we were hoping for, whatever, whatnot. There's a lot of buzz, a lot of different shit going on. People are saying that Coach AP ain't a real coach because of certain things, Gardner Minshew, so forth and so forth. There's a lot of hate. There's a lot of hate on our team, bro. It's fucking 1 game out of 17, bro. 1 game. 1 game, bro. Y'all need to just relax. You guys got to understand it's a new offense, even though I'm gonna kind of shit on Getsy's play call. Even Patrick Graham's play calling. A lot of the shit that we seen was pretty bad, but yet at the same time there was a lot of positives. I put pros and cons of week 1, man. Shout out to a lot of different people, man. I'm gonna get into it real quick, man. First off, before we get into it, like I always tell you guys around these parties, be thankful for what you do, got what you don't drink and drive. Shout out to Myra and the crew from Oakland. They hosted us. They helped, we pulled up and tailgated with them. First time tailgating for myself. Shout out Miguel and the whole Ramirez family. Shout out Gabe and all his family. You know what I mean? Mikey, little Mikey, little Miguel, all you guys, man. We appreciate you guys. But yeah, once again, a big shout out to the crew out there from Oakland, man. They travel well. They're actually going to be traveling out to Baltimore here shortly. And man, they hosted us, man. It was very, very good fucking showing, man. We appreciate all of them, man. But yeah, man, we're going to get into it. I'm going to try to catch up with the chat. I know there's probably like 1,000 fucking chats in here. But yeah, man, we had a great time, but we're going to get into it real quick. William M. What's up? Salute, guys. First person in the building. Guys, salute. It's been a minute. Hey, are those Raider Nation Live t-shirts available yet? They will be by the end of the week, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a pre-order for 2 weeks. Whatever the pre-orders are, we'll get your sizes. You do the pre-order. Everything will be Shopify will be set up. You guys will be able to go there, go from there, and then we'll send them out to you within a couple of days, man. We got it all worked out. The shirts were going to be a little bit of combination of what you'll see them probably no later than Sunday. So man, it's going to be even though it's going to be bad, it's the way it's looking. It's going to be a kind of a long Sunday. We will have those shirts ready for you by then, and we'll do the pre-orders and go from there. All right, I'm gonna get through the chat as fast as I can so we can get into it. Raider Ryan Lynn, what up? What up? Auntie, what up? What up? Free Thinker, Fear in the building. Cool Kev, Cash Lord, Ryan showing love. Vic in the building.
My boy Cash.
Cash, yeah. What up, Cash? Raider Mike, Sacktown, what up? What up, bro? What up, Sacktown? Hopefully a good one. Fear Raider Gravy was right to be concerned about the running game. Hey, shit. Talk about it, bro. Raider Dad, what up? What up? What up? D-Mokes in the building. Bounce back next week. Gonna be good. Yep. Yes, sir. Snyder, what up? What up, bro? Hopefully you're having a good one. Trap Guy, what's going on? Arkham, salute the legend of Arkham right here. I'm off for timeout on y'all. One of y'all put me on timeout game day. There was technical difficulties. What the fuck? I don't think so. Still drained out from my side chick. Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, man, talk about it, man. Shit, it was crazy out there, bro, but I had a great fucking time. Raider Mike Town, what up? What up? Lecky, what's up, brother? Salute to you, man. Hopefully you're having a good one. Chris, what up? Chris says, what up, Low, Gabe, and the nation. Pissed off. Getsy didn't adjust to the D. Second half, Chargers OC. what we had to do to stop our defense. Yep, Battle 559. What up? Went up in there thinking we were better than them because of our last year, and they slapped the shit out of us. AP had some bad calls. Yeah, I agree with you, bro. We're gonna get into it. Human heat lamp. Fuck, you ain't lying, bro. I am. What up? What up? Oh, this guy's back. Chief Kingdom. Okay. Danny Martinez. Getty had no answers, and we looked like a joke on offense. And AP looked lifeless on the line, man. Talk about it, bro. SoCal Sal in the building. What up? What up, SoCal? Hopefully having a good one. Thanks for all this
group of people in here. Good job, people. Good job,
yeah, appreciate you. Hit them like buttons, man. Appreciate you. Right there. Maybe Gabe put me on timeout. We'll see when he gets here. I don't think so, Deb. I don't think anybody put you on timeout. I mean, Deb, you solid as shit. You know what I mean? Low said SoFi was so hot. What did he say? Said SoFi was so hot, like being in bed with. Oh Jesus Christ! Come on with better ones, Kev. You're better than that.
His Bucky was Arkham, dude. That's just a little taquito right there.
Bro. The sky is falling. All eyes. What up, Vic? Low. What's up, man? Hope you're doing on Raiders 72-28. Did you say relax, bro? Oh, okay, whatever. Daniel Martinez. It's hard to relax when we like this for too many years. Yeah, I agree, bro. I agree. Being like that. Yep. Victor Lopez. I don't like how AP didn't go for it or for it too conservative. Joe Ali in the building.
Game. What's up, Michael?
What up? Michael F. Won't go anywhere with Mitchell. I think that's what he's trying to put right there. I get it. Eric Raiders, Haters Hunter. So Salute Nation. Chris is in the building. Cool Kev. M Easy Box. Well said. Still trying to understand that decision. Yeah, I agree, bro. I agree. Sean, what up, bro?
We're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, Sean, we are going to talk about that right there. I got to look up to him, look him up right there. You know what I mean? So, because Wilson and Kuntz injured, man, we're going to talk about Wilson too, man. There goes the bet. Street Professor in the building. My man Guerrero, what up, dog? What up? 110, what up? SoFi was hot as fuck, man. You ain't even lying, bro, man. Talk about it. Shout out Murder Mike, man. It told me I wasn't allowed to make comments. Haha, I cry like a girl. I joke on the right. Well, I thought you were a girl, but okay. There's no way. House Junkies, what up, bro? Salute to you, man. Hopefully you're having a good one. We're almost caught up. Says we cannot play not to lose. We got to play to win, man. I heard that shit. I heard that, man. All right. So there's a lot of things actually to talk about. Gravy, I'll let you take over because I've been talking too much already.
I watched the game again, and I think we have a top 5 defense. Okay. I think we can. But mind you, Lo, that you got to look at what I was saying before is that for the 3 preseason games, and I know you've heard this, bro. Okay, but I'm just telling our audience that I said, and I don't want to make this an I said show either because I'm not like that. But the 3 games we allowed over 150 yards rushing to each of those teams, no matter who was playing. And then when we go to game 1, we let them get 180 yards rushing to our 71 yards rushing. And my concern was our running game. And that was the problem with our whole offense. It wasn't Getsy. Getsy made some iffy. I told y'all that it was going to be a horizontal type football scheme. I told you that. So expect that. And you just can't go in at halftime and change your whole scheme that's not an adjustment. That's changing everything. You got to go by what you guys planned for the week. Now, I'm sure all these guys agreed that this is what we're going to do. And basically what they did is they stuck with it. We're going to run the football, do play action. They got a good safety. We can't get them deep. this and that. These slants, Bowers was involved in slants, Jacoby Williams, Trey had it just wasn't enough. And I think our offensive line played terrible, especially Miller and that whole side right there. Miller and Whitehair didn't play good at all. Reason being is that the dude wasn't out there. Miller wasn't out there. And Whitehair took the blunt of the tackle and the guard load. They were like bum rushing Whitehair and just leaving Miller alone. That's a great plan when you want to run the football to the perimeter. Because Miller doesn't have no one to block. He just stands there. But Zeus is going to have good games, right? But he's not going to be, I hate to bring it up, bro, but he ain't no Josh Jacobs. He's not what we needed right there. And he is never going to be. And neither is Lobby. Madison had a good run. But if you're going to sit there and tell me that we don't have a problem with the run defense, then you got to be sick in the head and not watch what really happened during the game. And Minshew didn't play. Minshew did all right. Minshew just did what he had to do. He just didn't execute.
Yeah. And
we're gonna have the sayings that, oh, he had his hand in the air, this guy's wide open, whatever. Look at what the offensive line play looked like. He didn't have enough time to be mobile to do what he does best. So that's my take on it, bro.
Gabe, what up, dog?
Bad decisions in coaching too. Mm-hmm. That was a part of it.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna do another one.
Very sad. It was very sad Sunday. That was for sure.
When you look at everything, man, it looks crazy, man. Like the team stats, it looks fucking one-sided, man. But
we're ahead. We should have won the game
on everything, bro.
But look at the running game. Look at the running game, though.
Yeah. So check this out.
171 or 775 yards to ours 71. You got 71 yards in a whole football game, bro.
That's crazy. That's
crazy.
No,
it was good.
Yeah. So a shout out, Chris. Chris said Zamir White wasn't impressive. Shout out Vic. Right? He says Getty had the worst offensive line for like 2 years in a row. How the fuck did we expect him to be different with us? That is true. That is good. That's a good point. You know what I mean? Shout out Loom. Loom saying right here says Miller kept getting pushed back into the quarterback over and over again. Yeah, you ain't fucking lying. So, that I heard a saying, and Gabe, you can kind of like jump off of this after I say this. They said that like a lot of these players are getting hurt because they're not getting hit, they're not being involved, they didn't play in no preseason. You seen something like that with Josh Jacobs getting off to a slow start. We seen that fucking tremendously. Fucking Colton Miller not going against Mac that was in every single fucking game during the preseason. And one of my biggest pushbacks on all that is just like the reps, you know what I mean, the getting hit, stuff like that. It's probably slow off the ball, so many different things, the timing and everything like that. Besides that, besides the timing and everything like that, we actually didn't do too bad, like for the most part. If you really look at everything, the fumble, the 2 fumbles, and the interception, that was what killed us pretty much a lot. And the missed field goal, missed opportunities and stuff like that. So,
we said it all off season. We said it all off season, bro. We said it all off season. You can't, with this team, you cannot lose the turnover battle. You know what I mean? That's one thing you cannot do. The reason why we even won games late last year is because of that. We were the number 1 team taking the ball away. You know what I mean? We're the number 1 scoring defense. You know what I mean? And that's what helped us out winning those games. You know what I mean? So we have to play opportunistic football, dog. Like that Morig, I'm big on Morig being great this year, but he can't drop that. I know we ended up that was still like a stop, ended up being a stop, 4 downs or whatever, but The mere fact that like you got to be opportunistic on those opportunities, and you can't give up the ball. You know what I mean? That
Gabe,
was a
that would have
big.
been a great play, bro. That would have had to be a great play though that he would have did. But he had it. He
It,
had it. I understand what you mean.
yeah, that's what I mean. It's
Uh,
like obviously, yeah, like and it's just not just that play either. Like it's just it's just everything, bro. Like everything that was just bounded up. Like we were. I'm only gonna speak for myself. You know what I mean? Hyping this team up. You know what I mean? As much as we can, but I didn't see that football played. I didn't see that brand of Raider football being played on Sunday. You know what I mean? And it's just like, and I mean, I know there's gonna be people on one side of the fence and the other side of the fence with the fourth down call and all of that shit. But to me, that was a killer right there, bro. I don't care how much not know. I don't care how much not like you don't have no confidence in the offense or whatever. It's still okay. You have no confidence in your offense. So what makes you think that even if you get the ball back, even if you get the ball back, that you're gonna have another opportunity to get down there? You know what I mean? So it's like the defense. You know what I mean? It's just you gotta go for it on there, bro. Like you just have to. Like I just that was just one. And that wasn't the only play that made us lose the game, to be honest. Like I know that's the one thing that's going to be looked at the most, but it's just the whole game. You know what I mean? We just didn't play our brand of football. We lost the trenches battle on both sides. You know what I mean? Fucking our defensive line is supposed to be, one of the better ones. Which I know that we suffered some injuries, but the two guys that we're supposed to be banking on, you know what I mean? It's just. Obviously, they had their plays here and there, but as far as what I was expecting, to be dominant out there, I didn't see it out there. Dog. I didn't see it in any facet of the game. Like I didn't see it anywhere where we were just head and shoulders above like the other team or whatever. It's just I didn't see it at all, and it was just we got to get better really fast, bro. Like obviously, it's only one game. I'm not gonna jump off the ledge. Like a lot of people are saying fire of AP and all of this shit. But I will say, like, this is a fucking, the NFL is what have you done for me lately? You know what I mean? And that's like we can't just because we like AP and all this shit. And I'm one of the biggest advocates for AP. Just because we like AP, we can't, obviously I'm not gonna you gotta evaluate them right. You know what I mean? You can't just be ready to fucking, fire him after one game, but we gotta evaluate right. To be honest, he got out coached on Sunday, and that was the mere fact that he got out coached on Sunday, and it's not a bad thing, obviously, because Harbaugh does have a lot of respect in this league as a coach, but I didn't expect that shit though. I mean, it was just sad.
Now, what are we gonna do? Now, what we gonna do? What are we gonna do to fix this shit? That's when you got your team together. You know what I mean? It was mentioned, not by myself, that we have a problem stopping the run. And way before I just got off it because people didn't care what my opinion was that Zamir White isn't the one. And iffy on the offensive line. But this JPJ dude, when he comes in, he ain't gonna change the lineup.
Shit, that's what I'm hoping he does, because Whitehair was
not right off the bat, Gabe. He right off the bat, when he starts hitting.
I know, but what I'm saying is that
whatever.
As long as he does better than Whitehair, shit, we can't look
worse.
That's the
thing. That's the thing right there, Gabe, that tripped me out the most was watching that side of the ball get dominated like that. 4 sacks to 1 defensively. We got a defensive player of the year nomination guy, a guy that plays tackle that's an all-pro right next to him, and we got 1 sack. They got 4 sacks.
Shout out
to our 1.
Sense, what up?
You know what? I think we underestimated this Charger team. You know,
I don't
Raider
think so.
fans think
I
that we can whoop everybody's ass.
I don't
But
even think it was.
I did. I
think it
underestimated the Chargers team.
I don't even think
I
it was.
underestimated it.
I didn't.
More underestimated. I think it was just more when the times, because they didn't do anything special. They didn't do nothing special. Nothing. Like that, nothing that they did like that was like, oh shit, dog. Like, oh, they're better than us. They're just simply better than us.
Running game. They stopped our running game to 71 yards.
But that's not because we have a like that. It's just because they just beat us on the offensive line where we didn't think that like offensive lines play like shit. We play like shit.
You lose games. You lose games for throwing 3 turnovers and running the ball for 71 yards.
Like who
and
like
getting sacked 4 times. You lose games. Those are out of all the categories, we had more yards, we had more plays, we averaged this many yards per play, this, that. But when you look at those 3 categories, those categories right there, you guys know that you lose games just by turnovers, not being able to run the ball, and sacks.
I think it was just more. I think it was more of just.
They didn't do it dominated. They didn't do it like outlandishly, where there was big plays involved. Yeah, I know what you mean by that.
Not horrible.
Because like if you go for it on that 4th down and you don't get that, and they don't get and they get the 1st down right there. If you go for it on 4th down and they get that 1st down, that negates that 60-yard run. The defense is looked at way different because that 60-yard run is what makes us, say that we can't stop the run. Which that was a big thing, obviously you want to stop the run and that big play situation, but we controlled most of the game on the defensive side. You know what I mean? The defense was out there, and then at some point, you know what I mean? It's like your offense has to do something to pick up your defense.
At some point, it's gonna break. I understand that.
You know what I mean? And it's like when you're out there, and then you get a good field position because you cause them to punt. On the 3 and out. You know what I mean? You go 3 and out right after, or you throw a ball into the ground that's behind you, and they recover it for that many yards. It's like, it's just I just think we beat ourselves, bro. Like that was a big play. The missed field goal was a big play. You know what I mean? You don't see that shit like it's just
the callbacks on the runs too.
On 4th down, like I don't even think it was underestimated. We just beat ourselves, bro. I just think we beat
the holding
we shot ourselves too many times. We shot ourselves too many times in the foot in that game. With it's just missed field goals. That fucking stupid fumble. Like, well, how do you fumble like that, bro? Like, come on, miss you. Like, I'm rooting for you, and you do that like that type of bullshit. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, shout out
that shit just looks ugly, bro.
Yeah, shout out Bo Gang. He was in there talking shit, and he's actually being kind of cool about it. But he's saying right here, Harbaugh outcoached AP, but like AP, I like AP, but how y'all play against B-More, I bet both of our teams are gonna be pretty good this year. So I mean, give you a shout out because we were talking shit a little bit, but he is right. Both of them are fucking. Both coaches coming in and everything like that. I don't think AP got outcoached. Going off of what both said. I don't think he got outcoached. I think the players fucked up a lot of different things. I think Getsy's play calling was a little iffy, but DA even said it on fucking the Kim Adams show today. He said, new offense, he goes, Gardner Minshew was open like an open book. He wants to learn. He's open to anything. He's always talking, whatever, whatnot. So a couple of bad plays. Gardner did look a little shook, like it was his debut, whatever, whatnot. But we know that that's what Gardner's going to do. He's going to come out, maybe give you 2 touchdowns and an interception. So 2-on-1 all day long. I think it's just simple mental mistakes that they fucking made. But Gravy said it, and I think you even said it, Gabe, that running, the middle of the running, the way they're, and then they have no real good backup as far as the linebacker is concerned. When fucking, what was it like? Even when they scored on the side when we were watching, fucking Diablo just missed the whole fucking block, like the whole fucking blitz, everything.
Diablo messed up a bunch of tackles,
fucking tackles.
Yeah, that's when him when Max kind of chewed him out after that.
Yeah, he was like, what the fuck? Like, he was saying, we seen the whole thing right there. Like, you know what I mean? And the running game was gonna be crazy. It was crazy that they actually.
Gabe, you think that's why we went and got out that linebacker today?
Chase on, Kavion or something like that. Kavion
We got a
Jason.
linebacker
Yeah,
today.
he was
Yeah, I
the
know.
first
Yeah,
round.
that's what I got in my hair.
Right
pick.
after the game was over, the motherfucker was waiting. He picked his
He was the
ass
first
up.
round pick. That
Yeah.
dude was a freak at LSU, dog. You know what I mean? That dude was a freak at LSU. But he's considered a bust too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was and like because he couldn't be on a.
Another
I mean,
one.
he's had some flashes here and there, but I mean, they got signed to the practice squad for a reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like he's gonna have to work his way up. But I mean, we just got the guys that are out there right now, bro. They just gotta step up. Like they just gotta play Raider football. And I think that, I mean, it's gonna be two teams out there this weekend, bro. That's going to be desperate for a win. You know what I mean? Baltimore's looking for a win. They got that extra rest. I mean, I heard some news today, like I know Lamar didn't practice today, and I know John Harbaugh was like he was kind of like he didn't want to answer really any questions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he was like, Wednesday you guys will get they'll get the injury report, and there's some guys that are going to be out. He said there's going to be some guys that are out due to injury. So we'll see what that is tomorrow and how that looks. But they got the extra rest, though. You know what I mean? And
he's questionable.
We're not any better.
Yeah.
We're not any better on that in that injury side either, dog. Because we're real thin at defensive line. You know what I mean? After the first game, both of these teams are going to be desperate looking for a win, dog. So we're on the road, and it's going to be a tough week. But it's going to show a lot. You know what I mean? With just what we put on film this week, bro. Like, to be honest, like I'm not expecting nothing. I'm not gonna be like in the offseason. I seen what I seen in game one, and I'm gonna go week by week. Like what I seen in game one, they're gonna have to show me for me to get my hopes back up. You know what I mean? They're gonna have to show me that like that was just some divisional football game, some tough play football game where you know what I mean. Those are gonna happen. You know what I mean? You just gotta be a better coach that day or something, or little things. You know what I mean? Little things here and there are going to change the outcome of the game a lot. And those turnovers to me were the biggest, the biggest difference. You know what I mean? The three, we said it all off season. For us to be successful, we're gonna have to take care of the football and play great defense. Well, I think we played. I'm not gonna say great defense, but we played very good defense. You know what I mean? Going into that fourth quarter.
We just had a couple bad plays. That's it.
But when you give up 3 turnovers, that's what's going to happen.
And you don't run the football.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
We would have had the lead, and they wouldn't have time to get that big-ass run. We could have been sealing the game right there.
Yeah. You know what, too, though? Like, when he says... I know he said that he didn't have confidence in the offense because they were not, they went earlier in the game. The first half was a totally different. Actually, I'm not gonna say first half was totally different from the second. After the fumble was totally different, I think, from Zamir, because Zamir was getting more positive yards on those. He wasn't. You could tell he came back with a little bit more emphasis. Like when I think they only ran the ball like maybe 6 to 8 times after the fumble, and that's when they got their most yards on in off rushing. You know what I mean? So like that's the reason why I'm like, you have to go for it on that 4th down, dog. You have to.
He depended on that defense so much that he would get the ball back, but then you're still not going to win the game. You're just going to make it close. But you got an onside kick, and I don't know how the onside goes now, but. Score there, get the first down, score, kick off.
Even if you don't get it, right? Even if you don't get the first down, you have so much confidence in your defense, then they're going to be able to stop them right there.
Mm-hmm.
Get the first
either
down.
way, your defense is going to be able to get a stop. So like you're still going to have to depend on your defense no matter what if they get a stop, regardless, right? So what did they give up? Like fucking, what was the difference in yards? Because what do we have it at? Like at the 35 or 40 yard line? At the 40 yard line, so it was like a difference of 30 yards. Obviously, that's big time in that, maybe with that much time left. But I just think that, and like AP said, I don't think he's perfect. And I think he's going to. That's a learning experience. I mean, You want those learning experience, like or those coaching blunders to come in a win, but and not to cause a loss. You know what I mean? Not to end up, having to learn with the L attached to it. But I think it's a very good learning experience, dog. He's gonna have to. Sometimes you're just gonna have to. It don't matter what happened in the first, second quarter, right? Like it's like you have to switch up your mindset after every play anyway. But at that point, you gotta go for it. I think that was the biggest thing to me. That and turnovers.
Bro, I bet you Marvin Lewis was selling them, go for it. Philbon was saying definitely go for it. And you have all these guys that you say you lean on. If all three of them guys were saying, no, depend on your defense, you're still gonna be behind. And what guarantee are you gonna do to get the ball back? What if Herbert does a drive that takes a 5-minute drive? You know what I mean? Just get the first down now, score, and then you can worry about your defense to get the ball again, and then see what you can do with Minshew throwing the ball. But he threw the ball way too much than what he usually does, what he's supposed to. What I want from Minshew. I don't want that dude throwing the ball. I want to run the ball. That's what he said he wanted to do. He wants to run the football, and it ain't happening.
Yeah,
that's what I'm most disappointed about. I'm more disappointed in Nadlo and Joe Meach's sick, dude. That these guys were getting a yard at a time. It just. I was sitting in the seat, dude, just looking at us, dude. We were just fucking.
Yep.
Like,
it was underwhelming by fucking leaps and bounds. But
yard at a time, punt, yard at a time, punt, and then Bowers will get a ball. And then Madison did his thing.
They couldn't set up a play action. You know what I mean? When they did set up the play action, that's when Bowers was eating. Trey Tucker got a little bit of money when we were doing that. But I mean, overall, like, there's a big old thing that the Raiders have been dealing with for a long, long time. 3 and outs. 3 and outs are the biggest fucking cause of any reason why we lose. You start losing momentum. Our defense starts getting tired, and that's been one of the biggest fucking issues. And that's exactly what happened. Missed blocks, missed tackles. The fucking offense has the ball for 45 fucking seconds and then gets rid of it. And then their fucking defense right back on the field. And then the defense is on the field for 4 to 5 minutes. Not getting no fucking rest, bro. It's overall, the offense was pretty bad. Very, very bad, bro. Like, yeah, man, I mean, I don't know, man.
On a day you hold, because this is what they're the Chargers are banking a lot on Herbert and very well deserved. You know what I mean? He's a talent, you know what I mean, and all that shit. But a day that you hold a guy like that to 140 or 150 something yards or something like that,
you're gonna win the game.
And 1 touchdown, you're gonna win the game. You would think, okay, we won that game. But the turnovers, bro, that's the equalizer. That's the equalizer in any situation, and that right there is what fucked us over.
Shout out Circus. I gotta read this real quick, man. Shout out Circus.
Turnovers on our side of the ball.
Yeah.
The turnovers on our side of the field, bro.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Circus says right here. Here's wasn't the only fuck up on Sunday. Zeus, fuck Getsy, fuck the O-line, especially fuck Tyreek. I know.
Not ready to say fuck
I'm a Tyreek believer, but one play and you're fucking done. Are you fucking kidding me? Hey, I agree.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it wasn't one play. We counted a couple of times. I tapped Gravy a couple of times, but yeah, it was
just fuck Zamir.
Tyreek was close to that tackle, Gravy. I didn't see it, bro. I didn't even know he was in.
Yeah, he was, and then he got fucking hurt. Only 33, like 70 plus people says it don't hurt. Hey, shout out Bowl Game, man. I appreciate you guys. Snoop saying right here, Getsy needs to call more exotic plays with 4th down. He calls plays that under defenders knew it was coming.
Happen, Snoop. It ain't gonna happen, bro.
But you know what's crazy? The defense that they were playing, bro, like that I was watching, that I seen, was a very basic defense. They weren't doing nothing crazy. It was very, very simple. They just overpowered this offensive line, bro. The offensive line couldn't get nothing going. Crazy.
Well, they got 2 freaking studs on the outside.
Yeah.
And that deserves attention.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're in a situation like that, and then Minshew knows that they're there, and
Ultimate Red fan.
he
What's up?
needed, he was probably, they probably made him real uncomfortable, bro. That tandem right there would make a lot of quarterbacks uncomfortable, and offensive coordinator. But Snoops, Getsy's not gonna change his offense just because we want him to. He's doing it with the players he has there. He wasn't making Minshew throw the ball, short of the first down marker. He wasn't making them rush, or they have two great outside guys that makes it impossible for Minshew to do what he does best, is that's to run it outside, bootleg outside, and then hit somebody. But you got to do that.
His best throw was a post to Tay in the middle. Yeah. That was his best throw.
You're gonna do that and run into Mac. You're gonna do that and run against Bosa. You're gonna bootleg right into Bosa. He doesn't want to do that shit. So that's why you got those little like it looked like dink and dunk shit.
Yeah, like you could see every fucking play was like to the outside, 5 and out, click out, fucking screen out. Like, fuck, bro.
Those work. Gabe. They work,
but they work when you're in a groove. Like they don't work when you're just being predictable. That's just coming every single time. You know what I mean? Like, come on, like you gotta change that up, especially when it's not working, bro. You gotta switch that up. You know what I mean? You gotta make the defense believe you're gonna run something else. You know what I mean? Like, and then come back to that. But it's just
he just wanted to establish that game. He wanted to run the football, get ahead of the chains a little bit, probably run it again, and then hit when you're 3rd and short, 3rd and 2. That's when those little out patterns they work. You get you first downs. It's that basic, but eventually, maybe 6 or 7 plays later, you pop one to Trey, you pop one to Devontae. You have to set all that up, and they disrupted our setup.
Like I don't even want to get on Minshew too much. Obviously, that fumble was horrible, fucking horrible. But the offensive line played like fucking trash, bro.
Yeah.
It was more on the offensive line.
You couldn't get the running game going. You couldn't get the play action pass where fucking Minshew was good at. You know what I mean? Partly like this offensive line zone, blocking scheme, whatever not, was not zone. They weren't in the zone. They were.
I didn't see a lot of that.
They weren't even close to auto zone, bro. Like on some real shit. Like it was just bad all the way around. Like, and then the defense. I mean, I'm gonna kind of just chalk it up as a loss and just say fuck it and just move forward.
Almost like a repeat. Obviously, it was a closer game last year, but it was like that game like last year, bro.
Yeah, I was like, you ain't lying.
Fucking Aiden got his first fucking start.
Yeah, they
dominated on their defensive line. They dominated our offensive line. I mean, we still had a chance at the end. You know what I mean? And we just blew it. We threw an interception, and in this case, I think we punted. That's the difference. You know what I mean? But there were 2 similar games where you were in the, even though you played like shit most of the game, you still had opportunities to score at the end and win the game, possibly steal the game, but you just made too many mistakes. You just, at the end of the day, you just made too many mistakes.
Hey, shout out Soto. Soto said that shit. He was, what about Minshew completing the pass to a receiver that wasn't meant to throw to Myers? Yeah, that's true. It's fucking hilarious.
That was that play that I told you. One was shallow and one was deep, so it just looked different because he went up for it too. But that pass was probably to Myers. It just looked weird because you never want 2 receivers. You don't want 2 receivers that close to each other.
Yeah, that shit was weird. I think either one would have caught it though.
Yeah.
Either one would have caught it because it was like, they were both in that little thing, but he threw it to where I think either receiver had a chance to catch that ball.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was behind Tucker, so like he would have had to make but he made one of those catches earlier in the game. So, but I think he would have either guy would have made that catch. I'm not gonna put that on him. Like those receivers need to fucking not be in the same spot either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One was just a little bit too far back. But all in all, I think Minshew, he did all right. But it wasn't. You shouldn't say. I haven't heard anything AOC for Minshew or anything like that because
Yep.
with what the pressure they were having, just think of AOC was there. It probably would have been more.
Yeah, I don't know why I feel like AOC probably would have been a little bit better.
He probably would have got more passes off because he could do more without a running game. But he would have been standing there, bro.
Yeah,
instead of moving a little bit.
What I don't like though, bro.
Real
What
talk,
I hate.
Nation. What up? What up?
I hate, and this is another thing, dog. I hate this shit.
What up?
The NFL's getting so fucking like college football like where I don't understand why the fuck you're lining up in shotgun on 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 2, 3rd and short. Like, why the fuck are you lining up in shotgun and handing off the ball, bro? That shit is so stupid to me, bro.
It is. I never do it because you're losing 5 yards if you get sacked.
Exactly. You have to run 6 yards to fucking get the first. It's like, bro, it's just so like I've never ever fucking like that's never made any sense to me. I don't know what.
For a 1 yard pickup, you got to accumulate 6 yards.
Makes no fucking sense to me, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you got a good offensive line, you could do that. But our offensive line wasn't playing good. And I'm not going to sit there and say people suck this early in the stage, but
it's one game. It's one game.
Miller didn't play well, bro, and I think it's because he didn't get any work.
Yeah,
and then I don't know what happened to Whitehair because he was doing some good things, but maybe he just got overwhelmed by.
Oh, there was some plays where he was just like crawling on the floor, and it looked so embarrassing.
Yeah.
I was replaying some plays, and I was just like, "Damn, bro."
And it's Zeus, man. I don't know where he's going because I didn't see. Lowe was right. He made a good point that I didn't see a lot of zone blocking because they weren't moving, but they just wanted to outpower. It looks like get physical with the Chargers, and they lost that battle up front early. Yeah. And then in the second half, tier of the game, it just got worse. They manhandled those guys, and then zone. Once you the psyche of the offensive line, all of it is blown up like that, just with one guy. Then running zone is not. Running zone is like an attitude, bro. You know what I mean? Anybody in your way, you got to blow up. Doesn't matter who it is. So if you're getting blown up just on power, and there looks like they're doing both of that, so it ain't gonna work, bro. And then you have a running back that's not patient and just goes to the hole he's advised to go to, and you're running behind linemen getting 1 yard at a time, dude. You need to pick it up. You need it. And it's like he's always falling forward. That's a good thing, but at least gain some yards, bro.
See, I like that. I think it's that fucking comment that. Let me see who put that. Who was it? He put basically. I know that they're Alex. I think it was Alex. He put something that I know that they're going to. I have faith in it too, though. I have faith that they're going to turn it around, but at some point. But I just hope it's sooner rather than later, dog. Because with it's because it's at that week 1 was if that's the indication of what we're gonna be. Just get ready for a tough year. Just get ready for a tough year.
I'm still going to the Rams game. I'm still going to the Atlanta game. I'm still going. I don't give a shit.
See, Irvin understands zone blocking. He that's a good. He's right below bowl game. The next one, he understands.
Zone blocking takes time to develop because the line has to move together. Yeah, and when you're getting pushed back and you kind of establish, what I mean?
It ain't gonna work.
Yeah, it's not gonna work. So on the first run, I don't know if I can show this shit or not. I kind of want to show it, but I don't want to. I just kind of want to maybe. I'm not gonna test it. But what I'm looking at, I'm playing it in slow motion right now. So the first run that J.K. Dobbins fucking actually did, man, you know whose fault it was? It was basically Diablo's and also fucking Epps. Epps was supposed to hit that hole because the center bounced off of the first D tackle and then fucking moved to Diablo. You know what I mean? They kind of double teamed Wilkins, yeah. And fucking Epps was supposed to cover that backside block and come in and, where Dobbins had the cover. Obviously, Epps was the fucking, free safety or strong safety. And yeah,
people haven't put any emphasis on that though, but how big was that missed field goal though, when you missed the field goal to potentially take the lead 10-9,
yeah,
and instead you go down 16-7 because they go right down the field and score. You know what I mean? That's a big turn in the football game, bro. Instead of taking the lead, you go down by 2 scores.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was a big point in the game.
Yeah. Shout out Lord Buddy Bear with the $2. He said, could Tyreek Hill be showing early stages signs of CTE? Nah. That was some fucked up shit. If you guys watched that old video, go watch that shit. Some people are saying
they
that
did him wrong, dude.
Yeah, they did him wrong, bro. Like they did him hella wrong
for me before.
You don't
talk back to dudes like that.
I see people. I was reading the comments. I see some people saying that he should have just listened and all of this shit. But bro, come on, bro. Obviously, and anybody, whatever, if you want it to go smooth, sometimes just listening to the cop or something like that, or just following every single thing he says, which you don't need to do. That's what people need to understand, which you don't need to do all the time. But it's just sometimes it is gonna go smoother, but there is no fucking reason that cop should have fucking acted that way. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Yeah.
No fucking reason.
We always highlight low, and I've been in that situation a couple of times too, where I got tased and all that shit. But the thing is that we never know what the cop said, bro, to him to make him act like that. You know what I mean? He could have said something really mean to him that pissed off Tyreek, and they had to handle him like that. They know he's the NFL. They know who he is.
Yeah. They ran his plates. Those cops are literally in front of the stadium, bro. They got that detail for a reason. They're familiar. They cops that are usually set to those places are because they've worked that place before. They're familiar with that, working that detail before, around the stadium. So they know exactly who that fuck that is. I seen some comments saying that, oh, not everybody knows who these football players are. Bitch, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
They know who the fuck that is if they're working outside that stadium.
Or they bet Miami loses. And then the best way to get Miami to lose is to get Tyreek and hem him up in a cop car.
Shout out Mike and on some real shit. He shouldn't have rolled up his window. I mean, regardless of whatever, he shouldn't have rolled up his window.
It is to 100. I don't know if that's a thing out there, but if you even see the body cam footage, the cop says he was going 60 in a 40.
Yeah.
That's why they couldn't even get him for the reckless. They got him for fucking for just speeding. That's why they couldn't even get him for the reckless.
But all that he wasn't speeding. Yeah, that's just taking.
Lowe was doing that in LA shit.
Oh shit, I was flying, bro. I had a bill.
105 miles an hour.
I learned it from watching Gabe, bro.
Listening to Shania Twain.
Like I said, he could have made it go a lot smoother. He could have made it going a lot smoother by rolling down the window and paying attention to the cop. But at the end of the day, the cop had no fucking business doing that bullshit, though. Especially the second time where they already have him in cuffs and then they're still fucking grabbing him from the back of the neck and throwing his ass down. You don't want to sit down fast enough.
Yeah.
I get
why are we talking about support Tyreek?
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know.
I just
know.
If I got hemmed up in a fucking Lamborghini,
could have went smoother, for sure. But I don't give no cops no right to do that bullshit. He could have went smoother for sure. He could have listened, whatever. But that's exactly what those motherfuckers want us.
Lamborghini.
But then again, that's exactly what them motherfuckers want us to do. Always just fucking obey and don't fucking talk back. And that's where people don't like. When it's somebody they like, they're all for it. You know what I mean? Why the fuck did he have to listen? But when it's somebody they don't like, they're like, oh, that motherfucker wasn't paying attention. He got what he deserved. It's just that's just the way it is. It's always gonna be. If you don't like the person, they were justified for it. If they do like the person, they're going to back that person up. That's just all the way these situations are always going to be.
Me and Gabe talking from experience, bro. Shit. You don't want to get out the car? All right, I'm gonna put this dog through that damn window and we're gonna find out. Nah, all right, officer, I'll get out right now.
Hey, yo, check this shit out. So I'm watching the last play by J.K. Dobbins, right? So I'm looking at it right here. And so you see the lineup, right? So they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So Max comes off the corner. Snowden's off the left side. Okay. Wilkins, Diablo is fucking like he took a horrible fucking look, right? Morg is on the backside. Epps is probably maybe about like 10 yards back from the line of scrimmage. Bro, Wilkins got turned around. That's why Dobbins went to the left-hand side. And Diablo was fucking right behind fucking Adam Butler. Left that hole wide open. Fucking Wilkins and fucking Spillane went heads up because Spillane didn't follow. Like, I don't know, man. It just looked bad. It just looked so.
Well, Wilkins is the hole clogger, and
yeah, and that he did not.
Spillane's the tackler.
Yeah,
Spillane's the tackler, and then your safety is your. He was up, so he's a tackler.
The stupid part about it was that they had Max Crosby about like 2 yards off, like about 5 yards off the line. He had him 5 yards off the line. Like, they had Max Crosby like a linebacker, bro.
Because they expected the run. They expected the run. Yeah. They got 67 yards against them. I was walking up the stairs, bro, when that happened.
Yep, so did I. I did the same shit.
And I was looking. I said, "Oh Jesus, man!" Yeah. I was like,
"There's literally 3 plays I could just directly point at and say this game could have fucking went completely different, and the whole narrative would have been different." And that's how close football games are, bro. The missed field goal, the fucking not going for it on 4th down, and the fumble from Minshew. Yep. Those 3 plays right there changed the whole football game.
Yeah.
The whole football game, bro. You literally lose the game on those 3 plays. Because that's how close football games are, though. And and for this team, obviously, I think, and that's where I thought we had the edge against teams, because you've seen that discipline last year, us being able to be the least penalized team after, after fucking AP, took over and this shit like that. And we were, when the days that we would win, we would play great football, take the football away, and take care of the football. So I think that's what was going to continue this year, and that's why we were going to be able to win these type of games.
People, what up?
But when you lose the turnover battle, when you're not playing Raider style football, and you're getting penalties, you're getting thrown out of football games, like, obviously the game was probably already out of reach at that point, but you know what I mean? It's just like, it just shows that, like, this is not the Raider team that we seen even at the end of last year. You know what I mean? So we have to get back to that.
So you talking about the ill intent, the violence? Did you see any of that?
It's got to be more.
I didn't see any of that either, bro.
I didn't see that shit, bro. Like, you're gonna have to play disciplined, hard-nosed football, and if you play that game, you're gonna be able to win a lot of these football games.
Well, they had 2 to 7 turnover. I mean, 2 to 7 penalties. They had 2 penalties. That's great. You know what I mean? But I don't know when they were, or I don't remember when they were, or if it stopped the drive, or messed up a good play. I think one of them did.
But you see how we talk? We could talk about, like, fucking rush defense sucks. Well, not rush defense sucks, but we could get better. You know what I mean? And all this shit, like, and we look bad because of that loss, the way we lost. But like, that's what I'm saying. Those three plays, and we're talking about this team a totally different way. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I think it's very close that we just gotta switch up some things. but we have to play disciplined football, dog, and we cannot turn over. The biggest thing is we cannot turn over the ball. If we don't even get turnovers at the end of the day, and we play defense like that, that's going to be, I think, good enough as long as we don't turn the ball over.
Yep.
I don't think Jack Jones is going to get any discipline. That was a melee.
No, they already said. They already said there's going to be no suspensions from that game. From that.
There's
from
a
that
bunch
fight.
of bitters. That's my boy D Menace. He glad you made it home.
D Menace, bro. That's my dog.
Good hanging out with you, man. It's always a pleasure hanging out with you. You're cool. Your wife is cool too, bro.
Yeah. So shout out Drew, D Menace, fucking who else was there? Fucking Turf. Cheeto,
Chris
Leo.
is wild.
Chris is wild boy, man. Shout out Chris from
Chico Lee, Cheeto Light.
Cheeto Linus, Leo.
I was calling him Chico Lee.
Chico Lee.
Hey, bro, it's so
my
crazy.
Bad,
we go
Leo,
for it on that fourth down. We go for it on that fourth down, and we pull out that game. Like AP's already talked about in this week one. Like, damn, he outcoached Harbaugh. Oh shit, you know what I mean? We pulled out this game even though we fucking turned the ball over. We lost the turnover battle. Like, bro, that's how big that fourth down was.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's how the perception changes so much from that one play. Because you get the first down, you find a way to win, and you're being talked about through the media, through all of these fucking content creators that, oh shit, we fucking picked the right coach. Look, he outcoached a 20-year veteran that's, you know, been doing this shit for years from a family coaching tree and all of this bullshit, right? But that one play, people are already starting to call for his fucking job. Nah. Like, come on, bro. Like, that's why I'm rooting for AP, bro. And that's why that fourth down hurt me so much for, like, as of watching it. And that's why I seen everybody in that stadium felt the same way, dog. You heard the boos.
Yeah.
Look at his interview. He was pissed. To me, you know, I have a good sense of, you know, looking at somebody's reactions and see how they feel. But it's not like he didn't look there like dumbfounded, like we didn't know what we were doing. It was like the expectations that he had on his team, they didn't fulfill. But things on the field make that happen, like Gabe said, turnovers, bad decisions in coaching. That's the only thing that he has control of is field position and how long you're going to be out there. So, you know, the players are probably saying, go for it, coach, we got this. Him not having the confidence in his offense to get 1 yard.
Bad sign.
That's not good. That's not good. He probably feels let down by that. And I could tell when he had his conference that he's very upset. He's going to work. It bothers him. It bothers all those coaches. They didn't sleep good. They didn't sleep good at all.
Bro, you kind of heard it in the player's voice though after. Like, I've never heard the players kind of like answer questions like that. And at game one, that's not a good sign, bro. Like when you hear fucking Tay saying, that's not my department. I'm just here to run routes. You know, like, you know, he wants to answer it a totally different way.
Yeah, so this is some bullshit. I want fucking AOC in there. I'm pretty sure he's just saying that.
No, he said.
But he has to know that Minshew's not the problem, bro. Minshew wasn't the problem.
No. I don't even think he was pointing at Minshew. Right there, he's pointing directly at. We needed to go for that.
Yeah.
Because they asked him about not going for the fourth down. He's like, hey, that's not, you know, I can't. I'm just here, you know, to run routes. I'm not here for the play calling. You know,
and
like
the dumbest thing to say is the analytics. The analytics showed it. I don't give a. The dude that team that you beat 63 to something was an analytic guy. That's all he based his shit.
I'm not gonna.
You know what I mean? So I don't want to hear that analytic shit. If you believe in your team, you go for it on 4th and 1. Who gives a fuck what a computer says? Or a genius upstairs says, a mathematician. I don't give a shit about that. Does he play football? Does that mathematician ever play football? You ever grind it out for a yard? No. I trust my guys.
I think they did a great job on Crosby Crosby, but by no means did they stop Crosby. Dog. When you still get a sack and
he's a
you
holder.
Still got tackle for loss,
He's a holder.
you still got a sack. You know, you're like so you were expecting him even to get like 3 sacks. Then that's what I'm hearing out of that type of comment. You know what I mean? When your player still is able to get tackles for losses in the game and a sack in the game, and you know what I mean, and still impact the game, like with the defense still played great. I mean, obviously they gave up 2 big runs, but like that's just that type of comment is just telling me that you even expected him to get like 3-4 sacks. You know what I mean? So like, obviously you stopped him from doing that, but he was still effective in that game. Like obviously, like you played effective. I could tell you that. Like you did play effective. You know what I mean? Good and great for a rookie. That's a good sign. But by no means did you stop. By no means did you stop.
He has a lot to do, bro. He has a lot to work on. He held Max Crosby.
Oh yeah, he held him a lot. I was looking at full plays, yeah.
And got away with it. So that's what you do to Max Crosby. You get a penalty when he beats you. You can't let him smash your quarterback up.
Yeah, no, it's just, but I mean, that's cool. Cool with me. Like if you're saying you stopped them, that's cool with me too. You know what I mean? Like, hey, if you get a sack every game, you're still gonna have 17 sacks at the end of the season, bro. That's pretty dominant fucking year to me. But I mean, like it's like, but hey, fuck it. Hey, big ups to Joel. That was a good pick. He did show like from that first game, he did his job. You know what I mean? Like for a rookie, he held up. I'm not gonna say he didn't. I'm not gonna fucking sit here and lie or fucking or saying like that. But by no means did he stop Max Crosby.
He didn't stop Max Crosby. He got away with a lot of shit. He got away with a lot of stuff. That happens. But if that wasn't the case, then Max Crosby would have had a field day. But they let you slide with it, which mostly every team does with Max.
You've seen the 2 fucking plays they ran away from him. The 2 plays, the 2 big runs were away from him, and they were picking on Diablo. You know what I mean? And it's just like, and the side that, you know what I mean, which to me, which made a big difference too in this game was the Kuntz side. You know what I mean? Like they went at that side, and rightfully so. I mean, that's the smartness of John Harbaugh. He's not gonna go into a game and say we're gonna go directly at their toughest guy and make and fucking and show them that they can't stop us. Like they're going to be smart. Like John Harbaugh will do that. He will exploit the weakness side of the team, and he's going to run at that side, and he's going to eventually make something break. And that's what I think we saw at the end of the day. Like he attacked that side, and because he knew at some point that side was going to play a soft. It was going to play soft with Diablo and or whoever was the replacement on that side, and that's what happened.
Yep. No, like what I just seen on the 2 running plays, they did the exact same thing. Ran to the left side. The play before that, they got like 6 yards out of it. You know what I mean? Luckily there was a stop. They ran the same fucking play. Maybe a couple plays later, the same thing to that left side, and then that's when Jake, when he broke it. You know what I mean? So it's like you're right about that. He has a certain way of like attacking certain sides, and he just did it. And he found the chink in the armor, so to speak. You know what I mean?
You're gonna see that a lot. Yeah, I think that would have happened. That would have happened if if Kuntz was there or not. They're gonna run away from Wilkins and Max. That's the game plan. And you gotta be an idiot not to. You gotta be an idiot not to, bro.
That was a big blunder. That was the touchdown run. I'm saying the 2 big runs were away from Crosby. The touchdown run was one of the touchdown runs was to Crosby's side, but fucking that's exactly why Crosby, like you could tell he fucking Diablo completely fucked up on that play.
Yeah.
You could like Max was fucking telling him he was gonna go outside and he was supposed to fill in the gap, dog. But he just like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck are you doing? But I mean, that's what it is, bro. That's what games are, and we're gonna see that a lot this year. Like, we have to be
used to it.
We have to take care of that ball on the offensive side if we're gonna want to win games.
Get used to that, because that's what I would do. I ain't gonna run at your best team, your best side. You're crazy.
No, there is some coaches that have that pride that will try to do that. You see that.
Well, they come
You see
up
that
with
a lot.
stuff, Gabe. They come up
that's
with
what
stuff. They
coach-
chip, they
No, I
double
know.
team, they pull. You know,
But
they
you
do
see
things like
sometimes
that.
coaches outcoach themselves, and that's what that's what I think Getsy and Deuce did sometimes. On Sunday, you know what I mean? Like they outcoach themselves. They do plays to where like you could exploit a weakness over here, or you've been exploiting it all game, but you go on a crucial down, you go over here, or you think it's gonna be open where you could have been still exploiting that part. Like Bowers was a fucking mismatch all game. He had 5 or 6 catches or something like that, but he could have had 10 easily because no linebacker on that team could stick with Bowers, bro.
Yeah, they have their.
And that's the thing. Like you're not exploiting your mismatches enough. Like you're like sometimes they outcoach themselves, and that's what I'm saying by like some coaches will go in there with their ego and try to run it at their best guy and say, try to stop this. I don't give a fuck how good that guy is, when there's clearly a weakness on this side. You know what I mean? And Harbaugh will do that. He will exploit that weakness, and that's what he's smart at.
I think obviously AP probably told Getsy, I want to run the football. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. It's bound to happen. It's bound to happen. And it didn't. Because Getsy, if something don't work, he ain't going to keep doing it. That's just logic. That's just common sense, right, Gabe? Why do something if it's not going to work?
And it just kept going.
Getsy gets that. Getsy gets that. But if your boss is sitting there saying, keep running it. Keep running it. Let's take time off the clock. Our defense is so good. This will be a low-scoring game. You know what I mean?
Did any of our receivers have any drops? None of our receivers really had any drops.
Nah.
I didn't see any drops. It's just, I think offensive line was horrible, and we just took too many shots where they were like predictable. Too many plays were predictable, and then like and then the run game was non-existent at times, bro. Like there was a couple of plays here and there, you know what I mean? But the run game was non-existent at times.
Even the left side was obviously the worst side, because they were noticeably the worst side, because they were getting pancaked. They were falling. They were on the ground. The right side, Mumford. We got to look who he's going against, bro. Those two guys are monsters, man. So, Mumford is still young. We didn't hear nothing about Parham, so I guess he had a pretty good
Parham
game.
got a good fucking.
Parham was okay, but there was a time where he was in the lap, like he was in front of his guy, which that's what you want to see at the end of the day. But he was still like, you want to see maybe more push out of Parham. Like you don't want to see him too like. Because there was at times where he is like, you want to maybe make the pocket a little cleaner, but nothing's perfect. You know what I mean? Like you want to be able to have the quarterback be able to step into some throws where, like that's where I think it was the worst part of our defensive line, like our offensive line, bro. Like they were losing that line of scrimmage so bad. Like the tackles, obviously, they were getting pushed back by Miller and Mumford. You know what I mean? More Colton, which was surprising. That was fucking crazy to me, like by both Bosa and fucking Mac.
He ain't getting no work, bro. He ain't getting no work,
And then right here looked bad. I've always fucking, talk shit about James, but I mean, if you want to give somebody a nod, I guess Parham was good, that guy, but the whole offensive line as a whole, just damn, they were just getting pushed back, bro. They were 2 yards, 1 yard in the backfield every time on the snap. No push. No push.
Yeah.
They didn't dominate. They didn't dominate the line of scrimmage, and that's what you got to establish if you want to run the football. You got to establish that. You just don't get pushed back and run the football, because for shits and giggles, it ain't gonna. Your running game is gonna be what it was with us. If you got a cohesive offensive line that's pushing back, even a little bit, you get a good running back that can bust through that hole. And then you're dealing with linebackers and DBs now. And so, the Zeus could probably beat that, but he was no chance. He was getting stopped at the line of scrimmage.
And I know there's no excuse for the quarterback, right? Like there's not going to be no excuse for a quarterback, but at the end of the day, like we got to call it for what it is. And like, if I don't care what quarterback was playing that first game, bro, if the offensive line plays like that, bro, we're not. AOC was not going to do any better. Yeah, AOC was not going to do any better, bro. That offensive line was just like that. It played horrible. We gotta step up next game, bro. Which is they're coming with some good linebackers, some good defensive front too, bro. So it's gonna be another, and we're traveling across, the country. So we're gonna have to fucking play better, bro. That's it. Play better and
AP
and as long as we're not playing in the sauna. Fucking playing in the fucking sauna.
Yeah, AP and them coaches getting their ass and say, look, it's time to start rolling, man.
Get in that ass. Tell them like gravy on gravy. Get in that ass.
This is a game that we shouldn't have lost.
Yeah.
And we knew that Baltimore was going to be difficult. And we got a couple other games, besides. I'm even worried about Carolina shit.
Baltimore is not no world beaters to me. Like I know a lot of people
are not super good.
Super Bowl and all of that shit. Like a lot of people have them as Super Bowl, contenders and all that shit. And I mean, they have a chance as long as they got a good roster and all that shit. But they got a lot of fucking weakness on their team too. We gotta exploit those weaknesses. As long as we take care of the football, we're going to have a chance to win this fucking game.
So any game's like that. I mean. Yeah, it's any given Sunday, bro.
Only we take care of the football because that's all. To me, that was the biggest. Like I keep saying, I keep reiterating, that was the biggest fucking difference in this game, bro. Like if we take care of the football game, we're gonna win. We're gonna be able to win any football game. Like there's times where like in these last 20 years where I don't care if we fucking won the fucking turnover battle. We're not good enough to beat the other team.
Yeah.
If we win the turnover battle in these games, we're gonna win more than we lose. Like that's how I believe in this team that much. That's how the biggest difference from game one to me. Like I'm not gonna that's why I don't want to say fuck the offensive line, which they play like shit, or fuck Minshew. I know he didn't play well, you know what I mean, or fuck Zamir and all that shit. I just think it's a couple plays that we'll be looking at this totally different. You know what I mean? And if we find a way to get a W. That's what we're all looking for at the end of the day, bro. Like, cause I don't give a fuck how we get it. We just need a dub. We just need to go out there and get a dub, no matter what. That's how, and that's because that's the reason. That's the reason why I believed in AP so much, because we're gonna be able to win games like that. You know what I mean? And that's what was the biggest disappointment on Sunday. Like, we're supposed to be able to win games like that, where even though we don't have a good run game or this and that, like, you're going to be able to find ways to win game because the team is just like, together and like that. Like you seen that in Pittsburgh on fucking on Sunday. You know what I mean? They kicked fucking 6 field goals, bro. They didn't score a touchdown, but they ended up winning 18-10 because they like, it's like their offense played like shit. Justin Fields still played like shit, but they're getting 18 points on field goals, and their defense is doing just enough to win the game, and they're not shooting themselves in the foot by getting turnovers.
There's a lot of different factors that we need to really understand. That it's game one, bro. They still got to get, they're making mistakes, nerves.
Discipline is the biggest thing.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about it. I have this little theory that I was listening to because the whole nobody's playing preseason games and stuff like that, and how they keep adding games. I think a lot of these guys don't want to play the whole fucking time, and like that's why a lot of people are getting paid more money. But they don't want to sit back and go play, because if you figure 20 season games, what were the 12 games back in the day? What was it at most? Was a total of 16 with the preseason. So you would see
14 and 16, now 17.
Yeah, so it's like, you know what I mean? That's a lot of fucking games. So it's like I'm always thinking that the first game is always going to be kind of whatever. You know what I mean?
And we're going to 18.
But
I guarantee you they're going to 18.
Oh yeah.
They're already talking about it enough that they're going to 18.
It's not necessarily an excuse, but I mean, for us being a first-time team with fucking Getsy, this quarterback, everything that we're looking at, bro, I'm not really tripping on it. I just think it's gonna take a couple games to get it going, and by game 4, if we're like fucking 0-3, and man, shit, it's good.
If we're 0-3, bro, we're in a bad.
Yeah, we're in a bad situation. Yeah, we're in a bad situation.
It's not with me. It's not even. The reason why I'm saying that they have to play in preseason now, because training camp isn't the training camp of old. Those guys say, "Hey, you played 14 games, 12 games, whatever." They had 2-a-days.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they practice day and night. They practice for 3-4 hours. Now it's negotiated that players don't do that. You can't have 2-a-days. You go in meetings. You're in meeting rooms more than you are physically out there, and you can see it on the type of football that's being played, especially offensively.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
they used to be able to do it mentally. So you would have a physical day and then a mental day. You know what I mean? Mentally is out on the field with shells and hats and being out there and getting a little physical. You can't do that. They don't let you do that. The players won that to get, okay, well, we'll do this and other. You get paid so much money just to be in a shell and a hat and learn something out in the field. You know, that's just bullshit to me. And then we complain that this quarterback ain't what he used to be. Yeah, he's in the room, but is he physically throwing to these receivers? He has 2 hours to do that, bro. And OTAs. And then be in a room with him all for the rest of the 6 hours. No wonder all these guys are throwing the ball all over the freaking place, bro. And the running backs are running into people because they don't get no work. That's why I say that. You know, the defense isn't physically out there stopping people and knowing where a running back wants to go or where you have to be at. They're watching it on a film.
mm-hmm.
They're not physically doing it, bro. That means a lot, man. Getting your body calloused and conditioned that way, you have to learn at your first game.
Yeah.
It's not an excuse. It's not an excuse, bro, but if you had that dialed in, some teams have it dialed in and some teams don't, but I thought we would. And defensively, it looks like we're gonna get better defensively, and that's what's scary, bro. That's what's scary. We're gonna get better defensively.
Defense looks very good, bro. I think I'm not worried about our defense off of that first game. Like, obviously, you don't want the biggest thing is the big plays on the run game. Like they're
run,
I guess
we could get
if you want to call it susceptible to maybe giving up a big play, you know, here and there in the that's probably the biggest hole in our defense. Maybe like we're susceptible, but then again, bro, like our defense was stout throughout that whole game, bro. Like obviously in that fourth quarter with what you want to get a stop, like that's a big time play. And yeah, you like your defense has to show up in those moments, but this defense is really good, bro. Like there's like they're gonna get a lot better. And I just think that once they figure out too that that Eichenberg, like I think Eichenberg is gonna eventually take Diablo's spot. Because
but he's not that he's not that type guy though, man. He's real busy. He's not that.
Oh, is Diablo that guy though?
No.
Diablo's weird to me. He's weird.
Exactly. So it's like, what are you gonna get? What are you gonna get a worse? Are you gonna get worse with Eichenberg? No. So I just think that at the end of the day, bro, I think the two linebackers that are needed going to be out there are going to be Spillane and Eichenberg, because Diablo, damn, bro, that dude is just a disappointment.
Yeah, it's like he's almost getting worse by the week.
He's getting worse. It looks like he's getting worse because he doesn't like to shed blocks, Flo. If he gets hit, of a pulling guard goes against him, or even one-on-ones, or even a running back, he doesn't want to mess with them.
I got you.
He just stops. He stops playing, and I'm blocked. I don't know if he's thinking that, but I'm out. You know. But you don't. That's you can't do that as a linebacker, and then. Fuck, even trot out Masterson out there. Maybe he could get a couple tackles if he's on the
or Gainer. Fuck it, dude. Shit. Maybe Gainer plays with some heart, dog. Fuck, because
I think there's going to be a lot of different things that are going to be happening that we're going to see actually going through, moving to the next couple games, because everything's going to get adjusted. You know, Tyree's out. What's the name's out? Kuntz is going to be out. You know what I mean? So there's going to be a lot of different things that are actually going to be there, man. The Gainer's going to have a chance. Snowden came in starting. Then you seen fucking Robinson actually playing a little bit. You know what I mean? So
that was crazy, bro.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Nobody got that
saying,
Nobody got that first half
tune in.
after being on the practice squad.
Get the Ravens Sunday watch. Hey, shout out Javier, bro. Salute to you, man. Hit that like button for sure. But,
so you want to do that bet right now, or what? You want to do that bet right now, Gabe, or what?
I really believe more in Eichenberg, to be honest, than Amari. But I mean, I like Amari. Don't get me wrong. I like Amari Gainer. I like that his story, all of that shit. That's cool, all of that shit. But at the end of the day, what I've seen, like from a linebacker, I like Eichenberg, dog. And there's a reason why I think he was. I think AP was kind of excited when in training camp for him. Obviously, he suffered I guess an injury or whatever, but I think at some point he's gonna get in the game and he's gonna show. He's gonna end up being, I think, the guy that's gonna end up taking over on that side of the football, though, because Diablo to me is just get him out of there already, man.
Yeah, it's been too long that we need a good linebacker. You know what I mean? I seen even some of the plays that I was watching. I even seen fucking because of the coverage of the way it's supposed to be. You seen fucking even what's the name Spillane making some bad fucking decisions too.
Oh, Chris is getting wild with that. All right.
Oh. Gravy lost, huh? 0-1. Damn.
Spillane though played. Spillane played.
What up?
Fucking had 10 total tackles. That dude was still out there making tackles. You know what I mean? I think Spillane to me solid, bro. Like I wouldn't. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna put too much on Spillane too, where especially with. It's just I think our defense played good. I mean, other than a couple players here and there, which I think there was a weakness on that. Wherever Max wasn't lining up, we had a fucking weakness on that side, and which was messed up was when they seen that side without Max and with Diablo on that side, they exposed it.
Mm. Agreed.
I'm borderline. They had a great game, besides the run, besides not stopping the run.
I just don't.
The whole purpose of having Wilkins coming in was supposed to be that run stuffer, and that didn't happen.
Yeah, but he doesn't play nose; he plays tackle. So he's on Max's side.
Yeah. So
if they're gonna do that, then they'll be sold up. Put him at nose.
Bro, you imagine. The crazy thing is though, we get a win on Sunday, bro. Everybody the whole fucking narrative changes again. That's how crazy football is, bro. But that's football. That's why fucking you gotta love it. You gotta fucking love football, dog. Week to week, it's a fucking emotional roller coaster, bro. That's what the fuck football, and that's why football is number one in America, dog. Because that's what it has everybody on the edge of the seats every fucking weekend. And all week you're just looking towards Sunday. You know what I mean? Because no matter how fucking your team played the last week, especially when you're this early in the season, like one win on Sunday, and we're back on that fucking high horse.
Yeah.
Right again.
I'm not shitting on Wilkins, but like a couple of the plays that he actually, like some of the bigger plays, Chris. If you go back and look, man, he got turned around. Him and Spillane were, fucking nowhere near the ball when those runs happened. Even though they were getting double teamed, but Wilkins is supposed to be that guy that's supposed to break a couple tackles even through the double team. You know what I mean? And one of the plays that where Crosby was coming in from the I guess the strong side, I guess it would be. Coming in from the strong side, he was lined up as a linebacker. That really didn't work. You know what I mean? And if you really look at what happened in that play and the play prior to that, Wilkins got taken out. Even though he was, like I'm saying, he was double teamed and stuff like that, but he got taken out. So they were concentrating on him, and that end was keeping Max at bay. You know what I mean? So, and plus they were running away from him where Kuntz was supposed to be. So they had a game plan and they just worked it. You know what I mean? So I think Wilkins, I'm not saying that he's like, it's done, it's a wrap for him by no means, but they got outplayed. They got outplayed. Bottom line, bro. And that's what it really came down to. And it wasn't the whole fucking game. It was just those couple of plays that they found the weakness and just ran it, bro. And they continue to do it, bro. So
I think we're
Well, I know Harbaugh's leaving that game. I know Harbaugh's leaving that game saying they got a damn good defense, but
yeah,
their offense,
sure,
their
bro,
offense.
for sure.
He ain't scared of that. Ain't no one gonna be scared of our offense.
Yeah,
no worries.
But when you have 3 turnovers and you're still in the game throughout the whole game, like your defense, there's something kept you in the game. You got to point at something, and to me, you could directly point at the defense for keeping you in that game, for giving you a chance to be 16-10 with 4 minutes left, and that's the whole reason why a lot of the media is pointing at one big call, the 4th and 1, because that defense had you in the game to put in position to win that game, regardless of how you look at it. Regardless of how you look at it, that defense had you in this game to win that football game. With how bad our fucking offense played, our offense looked like shit. Now nobody could say different than that. You know what I mean? Our offense looked like total garbage on Sunday, which I think they're gonna be better. But our offense looked like total garbage on Sunday, and something kept us in that fucking game.
It was the defense.
It wasn't our special teams, obviously. They missed the field goal.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And so something kept us in that game, and it was our fucking defense, bro. That's why I'm not gonna jump on our defense at all. Like that shit is just.
Yeah, it's gonna. We're gonna see. We're gonna have to see basically a different type of play coming up this week, man. You know what I mean? Hey, shout out to everybody that's in the building. We got 82 people in the building. Thursday, when we go live on Thursday, we will have the GOAT, Josh, in the building. Spoke with him after the game, seeing him at the hotel, stuff like that. But he will be pulling up, man. Apparently, he's doing some shit over there on Twitter. So shout out Josh, and we'll have another guest pulling up on Sunday. I'm thinking Sportsman. I'm gonna reach out to him. But yeah, just you guys are.
What positives did you get out of this game? I'm sorry, no.
Positives? Well, obviously, I still think that the same game.
Besides defense, well, I'm just.
Most positive
I know what you're gonna say.
Is that I still think the same game plan is gonna win us a lot of football games. If we take care of the football, we're still gonna be able to win a lot of football games. It's just that is the biggest takeaway I take from this game. So, like, if we're able to take care of the football, I still think we're going to be in position to win a lot of football games, and we will. It's just the same game plan. We got to take care of the football. That's it, bro. I think that's going to be the biggest thing.
What you think, Lo? Curious to what you think. Lo, curious to what you think, Lo, about that. What positives did you get out of that game? Individual players, scheme, whatever. What did you see? What did you like?
I couldn't really take a lot. The only thing I started seeing that I really seen was the defense. Besides a couple of plays, there's that. The offense had no rhythm. It looked kind of bland. It didn't work for me. Like it just, you seen it. It's like they had nothing. And then shout out. Speaking of Josh, he had put some stuff up to where in Getsy's offense is going to be the ball's going to be spread around to where DA only got the ball 5 times. But then yet at the same time, Getsy knows what DA can do. I don't think they were focusing on him to get the defense all over there on that side. Getsy didn't make any adjustments. But I think a lot of it, I'm not gonna just completely shit on Getsy itself. The first half, before everything kind of went downhill, I seen Minshew actually being pretty good. At one point he was like 9-11 or something like that, and he had no turnovers, no nothing, and then all of a sudden it just went downhill.
He was 21 for 27 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, but then that interception and stuff like that.
That was late in the game.
Yeah, so I give him his props, but I think it was more play calling. I think they're trying to figure out what was going on. So I'll give Minshew his props on doing what he was supposed to do. I'm not completely sold that he's going to be like the savior or anything, or this Gannon type figure. But the positive that I did see was that I seen Minshew actually play well, but towards the end he kind of just He fizzes out. I even said that during the podcast during the offseason. He does that. That's what he does. It's part of his game. He'll turn around, he'll do what he has to do, and then all of a sudden he disappears. And that's exactly what happens. So positive first half for me was Minshew. That was a positive for me. Taj, what up, bro?
Just in the second half, they just went to shit for you.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. For me, yeah.
I'm gonna say something. That my positive. Brock Bowers is a fucking baller. Brock Bowers is gonna be a fucking baller for this team. That kid, I was watching him. I watched like a whole quarter of him. He was open. He was pushing them dudes around. He was blocking. That's a type guy for your future of your team that he's going to stick around and he's going to get paid. And I hope he gets paid by the Raiders because he's going to do a lot of special things for us. If we get a quarterback that's better than what we have, talented, more athletic, younger, than that can move. If he gets the ball, there's wonders on what that kid can do. He caught my eye. I really didn't get on him that much because I didn't like us getting a tight end, but he proved to me that he's gonna be up there in the tight end ranks for if it's not soon, if it's not this year, it's gonna be years to come. He balls out.
Shout out Real Talk, Raider Nation. He says right here, I disagree. Getsy made adjustments at the half to run the ball. Holding calls, Zeus fumble, and then the O-line had back-to-back sacks to kill drives. Some bad calls, but not on Getsy. I do agree with you on that, but I think the way we needed to establish this ill intent type stuff, we should have been running the ball down the throat from Jump Street, start a little bit of play action where that's where Minshew shines. You know what I mean? To where they weren't going to be stacking the box or whatever. Not we didn't come with that intent. But even though they made the adjustments, I think it was a little too late. You don't want to run the ball when you're behind in the score. Gravy always said that. So guess what they can do? If we're behind and they know that we're not going to run the ball, that's what happens. Then they can bring an extra blitz. They can stack the box because they know they're going to provide pressure. Now, if Colt Miller's sitting there giving up shit, Whitehair is doing the same thing. They're going to bring more pressure. So that running the ball early in the game should actually that should be the goal to start that. You know what I mean? So even though he did adjust to the running game and those things did happen, it's not on Getsy. But I think he should have ran the ball a little bit more. I had a conversation with I believe his name is and don't quote me, his name is Big Daddy, and that's what he said. He was on Turf Show. I met him while we were tailgating, and he asked me a question. He goes, what do you think the first play is going to be? Is it going to be run, pass, whatever? Not everyone was saying pass. I thought play action was supposed to be the best way to start the game because that's what our identity is. You know what I mean? We got tight ends that can block. You know what I mean? To hold that fucking, block for maybe a quick second until the, play action develops. They think we're going to run the ball because Zeus is supposed to be one of the guys that are up there. So they're going to kind of stack the box. So when we actually got a big play with Bowers, there was a play action. Play action is going to be the heart and soul of this offense, no matter what. And I don't care what anybody says. I mean, I do in a sense, but I think that's where it's going to be. We're going to be more effective. DA is going to be open because they're going to be looking at the backfield because they're thinking that Zeus is going to get the ball. But if we have Zeus not running the ball and we're not establishing, Matson's not doing it,
play action ain't going to work.
Then it ain't going to work. And then they're going to box us in and they're going to do exactly what they did. That's what Harbaugh did, bro. So for me, it's like that running game should start right off. We should start right with that shit. You know what I mean? Just off jump. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that you're not right either. Anybody, with their opinion and stuff like that. That's kind of just the way I'm looking at it. Listen, Mitchell still threw for 250 against a good defensive back.
Well, that's what he wants to establish. It is. He wants to run the ball, then do play action, and that's when those deep balls happen.
Yeah, exactly. But you got to start
run the ball from the get go. You ain't gonna have no play action, and you ain't gonna have none of that shit.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just for me, bro. Like, I mean, that's just the way I'm looking at it with these 2 tight end sets. That gives you extra blocking, gives you extra time. You know what I mean? So where it's like DA should be fucking, if you block it up right and you set it up right, you know what I mean? DA should be cutting across on a post and be either in front or behind that fucking strong safety or free safety, and then that's where you bomb it out, and then you can have Tucker on a crossing pattern or fucking Myers or Jacoby coming across. That opens everything up, bro. Like, there's so much shit that you can do with the play action, and we just got to establish it. So I think the
And
offensive
DA
line.
knows though.
Oh yeah.
DA knows that. Hey, we ain't running the ball, and if this quarterback right here is gonna chuck it all over the yard, something bad's gonna happen, and it's gonna be either me or one of the other receivers, or it's gonna get picked off.
Yeah.
The more you throw it, the more of a chance of it getting picked up.
Stop stealing my thoughts, low. Fucking.
So Minshew doesn't have no business throwing the ball 33 times. No business. That means your running game did not work.
Yeah.
I'm cool with 250 on 20 throws. You know what I mean? If you would have been 21 for 27 for 250, a touchdown and a pick, pretty good game.
Yeah.
Pretty good game. But if you only got 71 yards rushing, that's what fucks it up. And then a fumble, turnovers, like Gabe said. You can't beat those. They kill drives, bro. They kill drives. And when you mention that drive, that was good. That was good, Lo. When you mentioned that drive right there, we ran the ball. We threw it to Bowers. Jacoby got a good. We were doing what Getsy and AP wanted to do, and then it was 4th and 1, and then you still didn't have the confidence that you could get that first down.
Yeah.
Even though you got from the 20 all the way down to first downs, running the football, doing whatever. Just take that whatever and gamble with it. At least gamble with it. You know what I mean? 1 yard. The 1 yard to win a game, or put you in position to win the game because your defense is so good. Our defense is way better than the Chargers. Way better.
Oh yeah.
And so he was in a situation that was probably I wasn't even in second thought. I wouldn't even listen to anybody. Go for it.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got. Got. I'm tired of this shit. Let's go. Come on, guys. You know what I mean? Let's fucking get this yard and get the fuck out of here. I'm tired of this shit already. Bouncing around this and that. 1 yard at a time. Nah, let's go. Let's get it.
Mm-hmm.
And then your defense was playing so good, you gave them an opportunity to smash you and get a 67-yard run right after that.
And then the cool part about it is, even though the defense was actually playing pretty well, they're putting a little bit of pressure. Herbert was fucking supposed to be hobbled. He was in a boot a couple weeks ago, plantar fasciitis and stuff like that, and we couldn't get to him to really, really shake him up. I mean, besides those couple runs, he really didn't put that many yards up in the air, but we were still playing kind of a little bit lackluster defense at certain times, not the whole time. I'm not shitting
pressure,
on Graham like that.
Pressure,
pressure. We weren't getting shit at all. They were blitzing in the wrong gaps or whatever, whatnot. They were basically like one of the touchdown that Dobbins got. I think it was Dobbins. He hit Matt. He went behind Max and hit the back of his jersey. You know what I mean? So, I think it's just. I would say, opening day jitters, bro. That's all it is. That's what a lot of shit. We're just working it out.
Yeah,
I still have faith in my team, bro. I still have faith that we're gonna fucking win and be positive. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but some teams turn around and fucking start 0-4, and then turn around, switch that shit around, and do what they gotta do. The Raider Nation, bro, is gonna fucking shit the bed and go all kinds of crazy. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta understand.
That's us. We're toxic families. We are. Sorry, we are. We're toxic as a motherfucker.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, it's like, man, you know what I mean? If we end up like 0-6 and shit, oh yeah, by all means, yeah, it's gonna be crazy. But it doesn't happen overnight. AP's also preached that too. You know what I mean? He kind of like what he said. We don't got the quarterback that we want, but we got the quarterback of what we need right now. So we got to understand that there's a lot of different things that have to go into it, man. You know, we can have the perfect game plan, but if it's not executed per gravy, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to work. And that's all it is, bro. It's like next week is going to be a different game. We don't know who's going to play, who's going to be starting. You know what I mean? So it's there, but
I'm glad you think that, Ken. I'm glad you think that, Ken.
Yeah, I really think personally, like, you know what I mean? There's a lot to learn from this. There's a lot that the team needs to come together with and understand that, you know what I mean? It's not just an overnight thing. It's not just, you don't get success. You don't get wins without losses, bro. So, you know what I mean? So, even though
I know we're not going to go undefeated.
Yeah.
But this dude said this guy's in here for a fast start. Did that look like a fast start to you?
No, not at all.
No. So where's that at? Yeah,
hey, slow and steady wins the race, bro. You know
he wants to score 27, 26 points a game.
Yeah,
that's what he wanted. You got the running back. You let go of a running back that did that for you. Anybody can say what Jacobs is doing in Green Bay, but for us, he would have got that 1 yard, and AP would have had no problem saying, "Give it to Jacobs."
Yeah,
I would have.
Yeah. Yes and no. Yes and no.
You're tripping, bro. You want that sauce, bro. You want that sauce if we think Zamir would have.
I'm on that fucking want to go to sleep because of your ass is mine.
I don't blame AP. I don't blame AP for saying shit. We got 1 yard. This dude's averaging 1 yard. Can he get it or not?
We're gonna be all right, man. I'm not really tripping. It's just fucking one game, bro. I'm not.
Just show me how you fix it.
I'm giving AP till next season, bro. Now if we're 0-17, man, yeah, something's got to change.
But I'm giving him plenty of time. I'm giving him plenty. He ain't on the field doing these turnovers. Getsy ain't calling these plays to get a turnover.
No.
So the get up the coaches. And how do you know what the game plan was if you're mentioning a sorry ass game plan?
Yeah.
You better know football.
Well, damn it.
In that first game Zamir, I'm looking at it right now, and Zamir in that first game averaged exactly what Jacobs averaged last season. 3.4 yards a game.
That's crazy.
3.4 yards a carry.
That's crazy. We have 35 million. JJ should have got that 2 million. Yeah, we were talking about that shit too, but I think JJ wanted to fucking change.
It's just we have that offensive line. I think that offensive line
we didn't have to let him go. He could go. He could want to change what he wants.
I mean, my opinion, like respectfully, like I turn around and I could, ask, my girl for a threesome, and you know what I mean, and I could have possibly got.
All right. There goes the show. So.
You see, but the thing is, one way or another, like it doesn't just because I asked for it doesn't mean I'm gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? And even if that's what I'm trying to say, if you would have asked them to say, "Hey, we'll give you a couple more million," man, everyone think it's about that. I don't think it's about that. Jacobs doesn't want to be here no more, and that's what it really, really boils down to. Even though AP and everybody wanted to have his back, I heard something that they want to give him more money, or they did want to give him money, but he didn't want to take it because he wanted more. And he just wanted to get out of here. You know what I mean? So it's like, regardless of whatever, we can't really, really worry about something that's not there. You know what I mean? That's something that's.
I think it was with him. I just think he was tired of like the uncertainty of
treating him like shit.
Getting a one year deal, even though they were going to pay him the exact same amount. I think the Raiders were going to pay him probably the same amount that what the Green Bay was going to end up paying him. I just think he was a little bit tired of the uncertainty a little bit more. So I just think that's why he ended up leaving. But at the end of the day, he wasn't going to come back to the Raiders, huh? That's just the way it was.
We're going to see how he is.
I can't worry about that no more. You know what I'm saying?
Like, that quarterback just got hurt. His quarterback just got hurt. We're gonna get a big load and see what.
Yeah, they're gonna take a big ass loss right now. So like, it's gonna be basically gonna be his. You know what I mean? His job to lose. But then what was the other running back? The other running back put up some numbers too. So Josh Jacobs is gonna get banged up really quick,
well,
bro.
They drafted a running back too. They drafted Marshawn Lattimore. I mean Marshawn Lloyd.
Lloyd, there you go.
Is he a rookie?
Yeah, they drafted him.
Yeah. And Lloyd put up some numbers too, and then Josh Jacobs got on his fucking high horse and started doing his thing.
You can't tell me we were in that situation 4th and 1, who you would want out there to get that 1 yard.
But see, the thing is, though, I can't.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
At that point, it's not even like it's not having any. It's not having any confidence in anybody because he could have trotted Madison out there. I mean, Madison had a good run during the game, so it's like I just think it wasn't the running back that he just didn't. It wasn't the running back situation. I think that he had confidence. I just think that offensive line played like shit, and they were getting dominated. The offensive line was getting dominated so much. That's what I think gave him the least amount of confidence. Though, like that shit was just he couldn't do anything with that.
You were moving though, Gabe. You were moving a little bit. You started moving a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I even said earlier. If at any point in the game was the best time to go for it, it was at that point.
That point
in the first half, when they were getting stopped, they never had no momentum at that point. Like they hadn't had one good run up until that point. You know what I mean? So it's like that's why like expecting him to get it all of a sudden on 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1 or whatever when they didn't get it earlier in the game, it was like they just couldn't get it. But after the fumble, you kind of see maybe Zamir run a little bit more harder because he came back with a 12-yard run, and then he came back with another run, but there was a fucking holding call where it was 2 back-to-back runs where he had 2 good runs, but one was a holding call, and it got called back. But those were his best runs of the game. Like he was, if any time at the point, like he was running the most violent was at that point, or even Madison. You know what I mean? I think he just had a run earlier in that drive where he had like 4 yards or whatever. You know what I mean? They weren't getting any minus yards anymore. That's the whole point. Like after the fumble, they had maybe a couple, 2 or 3 carries where they had 0 yards, but maybe out of 8 carries, all the other ones were positive. 2, 8, one was for 12, one was for fucking 4, one was for 6. You know what I mean? So at any point in the game, that's when you might have had the most confidence. That's why I was like, fuck. That's why I think the Bulls
I was telling low, bro. Look, bro, we have minus 7 yards, and it was in the middle of the second quarter. I was saying, look, we have minus 7 yards. I go, this is, I don't like that. I don't like that.
Other than, even in that fumble,
and the run,
even on that fumble was a cool run, but he
fumbled. It was a good run. He just got hit. They hit the ball.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if any point of the game you wanted to run the ball because he was actually getting some yards, and you could have built some really good confidence in him if you would have got that first down, like that's where I'm saying, like, you gotta kind of read it too. Like, okay, fuck it. You know what I mean? I know we fucked up in the first quarter. I know we didn't get it in the first yard, but that was a different. I think there was different momentum at that point in the running game. That's the whole reason why I questioned it the most. It's not because it wasn't even the totally not right call, because there's conventional wisdom, old school football, and that's what we're trying to preach or whatever. Like that's what I guess AP's trying to preach.
Oh, that too.
That's what you do. You know what I mean? That's what you do. You go for your defense. You pin them in the 10. You have 3 timeouts. And you have confidence in defense. I get where AP what he was trying to do, but at that point of the game and with football and like that the way it is, I just think that at that point you had to go for it, dog. Like that, and opening week you gotta set a statement. You're down 16-10. You just gotta set a statement right there. And your best point of running the ball at any point in the game was at that point anyway. So I just think that that's the whole reason why I think that a lot of people question that shit.
A lot of people are saying AP was playing not to lose. He wasn't winning the game. He wasn't even winning the game. Exactly. If we would have scored, we would have been 3 behind, or a field goal behind, or 2 behind, or something like that.
I wish it would have been flip flop. Wouldn't it have been crazy if it would have been flip flop? They would have actually punted on the first time on the 4th down and then went for it late in the game. You know what I mean? Like Ken Chess right there. Like,
that would have been a better option. That would have been a better option.
Ken Chess just put that in. Shout out to him for the comment. So you don't go for the 4th down on your side. That's what got the Chargers kind of like, doing it over and over, of course. You know what I mean? He never learned from his mistakes. You know what I mean? Obviously, I think, AP is smart enough to learn from that shit, but I just think that's what eventually got Staley fired over there because he kept doing it. But yeah, you're right on that though. Like, it would have been a lot better if you would have not went for it early and then went for it late in the game, because that's when you're actually, if you want to preach that old school football, because that's when you want to go for it. That's 4th down territory. At the end of the game, that one's possession.
And see, you don't know.
The thing is, like, AP even said it. He's like, the defense was doing what they're doing. They're making some stops, and besides the missed field goal, he goes, the punters were pinning them back, in their own fucking, in their own, within, like, you know what I mean, like within the 20-yard line, within the red zone, like they're pinning them back like deep, you know what I mean? So he said, I ran with it, figured we were gonna get the stop. It didn't happen. It is what it is. He didn't really have faith in the offense because of what happened prior. He tried to do the running on 3rd and 1 like 3 or 4 times. It didn't happen. Then the 4th and 1 didn't happen. So he's like, why the fuck am I gonna go do it again if we're not fucking establishing nothing? So that just shows that, like, the offense wasn't really fucking doing what it's supposed to do. So
they're gonna win the game. I'm sure they're
like what we were talking about. What we were talking about while we were sitting there, we all 3 of us said damn near at the same time, the defense needs to score. That's fucking crazy. That's crazy that we actually said that, and we kind of all agree, like, the defense needs to score. And I don't think we're going to see that going into the next week, man. I think that they're going to get it together.
I knew he wasn't going to throw the ball. I knew Harbaugh. He's not stupid to throw the ball at that situation. Yeah. He's going to run the
I think we will have a better game plan on offense. So I think everything is going to look, I think, more cleaner. It's still going to be a hard test, though, because, I mean, Baltimore is a good team. You know what I mean? And shit, they got brothers fucking coaching against us right in a row. You know what I mean? You know, brothers calling another brother and fucking giving them fucking tips and shit. Fucking motherfucker. You know what I mean? He fucking right on that phone and probably was like, hey, bro, you know, hey, what did you see? You know, what did you see? And, what, like, so it's like, but
I'm gonna say they got a damn good defense and their offense is suspect.
Yeah. But I think we're gonna pull it through, man. So I'm not really worried about it. You guys ready to knock it out? We can get out of here.
I'm just saying we can't go 0-2, bro.
Nah, we're not gonna go 0-2. I don't see that happening. I still have faith in our team. It's just, you know what I mean? We put up a lot of fucking yards. You know what I mean? Most of them was passing. That rushing is gonna get a little bit better. You know what I mean? But 3rd down efficiency was basically the same. 4th down efficiency, we lost 1. Total plays, we were right there. It was just the fucking fumble losses in that field goal, bro. We can turn around and, when even looking at some of the film, bro, like, it's just the fucking turnovers, bro. That's what it comes down to.
Turnovers.
It was the turnovers. That's what it really, really boiled down to. You look at everything down the fucking line, bro. Turnovers. We can't do that. So
I thought we stopped that shit with DC, bro.
I'm not gonna blame DC for anything no more because he's not fucking here no more. I can't worry about that shit. I'm not worried about
last year. Last year we had a problem with turnovers in the beginning.
Yeah,
AP goes in there and their turnovers go down. Now we're back there again.
No, but we still had we had a couple turnovers during that little sprint that he was doing and stuff like that. People are saying, "Oh, the shiny object's not shiny no more." This, that, and third with AP, bro. Look, AP's a good coach. He knows what he wants. He knows there's gonna be bumps in the road. There's always bumps in the road. There's nothing fucking perfect, bro. I don't even want to tell you what the fuck I'm going through right now. It's fucking crazy. I'm thinking everything's perfect. Nope. Another fucking bump. Guess what happens? Then there's gonna be another fucking bump. But I'm still gonna keep on pushing, and that's what we're gonna do no matter what. That's what Raiders do, and that's what we are, bro. So fuck Baltimore, fuck the Bolts or Chargers or whatever they are. Fuck that SoFi Stadium. Still gonna be there during the winter, but I'm never going in the summer, bro. Fuck that
Man.
stadium, bro. I hate that stadium. So I
I'm
was even
still feeling
I
it.
was gonna keep that little aluminum cup because it was a nice cup. I threw that bitch away. Fuck that shit.
I almost got hit by one. I almost got hit by one over there, man. You throwing this shit back? Because there was a bunch of Charger fans right next to us talking shit.
What
The
was
guys
it
got
me?
their-
Was it me that threw it?
Nah, you was up there with me, but they went like this and they threw it. They told them to shut up.
Nah, that's fucking-
Yeah, but
yeah, we're gonna get out of here, guys, man. Appreciate everybody that pulled up. We had like 80 people in the building, man. Hit that like button on the way out, man. Like we always tell you guys around this part, be thankful for what you do, got what you don't, and don't drink and drive, man. We did take the loss, but fuck it. It's only week 1, man. I'm not giving up on my team. Yeah. Well, I'll be there. I'm going to games. We're gonna go to games. We're gonna keep on going to games. We're still gonna be fucking Raiders. We're gonna be at the last game, the fucking next game. Just don't even fucking give up on us, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It's a new fucking season, new head coaches, new different coaches. It's a lot of fucking growing pains. We're gonna be there, bro. So, man, fuck what everybody else is talking about. And if you're a Raider fan talking shit, saying that we should fire this and fire that, bro, turn in your fucking
Delusional. Delusional.
Yeah, turn in your uniform, turn in all your Raider shit. Get rid of anything that you think.
Those are the type of fans that are like waiting for him to fail, bro. Like that,
Yeah.
and I can't respect that shit.
Yeah, I can't respect that shit at all, bro. Like, even if we have a losing season, bro, I'm still gonna be fucking screaming.
They're rooting for him to fail.
Yeah,
they're actually rooting for him to fail.
Yeah, hell yeah. So shit, man. Like I said, man, fucking D-man.
What's up, Ryan?
Ryan Lynn, man. Shout out 5. He just gifted 5 memberships, man. Appreciate you, Ryan, man. Appreciate that. Shout out Buddy Bear as well. Buddy Bear with the $2, $2, what you call it, Tyreek, so he signs that. Shout out that, man. Appreciate you, man. I don't care, man, what's going on, but we're gonna be live Thursday. I got Josh gonna be pulling up the GOAT 209. If you guys don't know who he is, he's the one that started all the bullshit with Kermit and whatever now. But yeah, man. We will be back Thursday, 8 o'clock, like normal, man. We appreciate you guys and how we always leave this motherfucker on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Raiders!
Always matter.